Howdy gamers, I'm the 112, this is the channel where I'm always right, and this comic's pretty cool. I got to meet artist and author Jake Tacito at Denver Fan Expo and bought the first issue of his book, Mare. It follows the shoemaker who lives in the town of Sea Title, taking care of his cat and enjoying life at the shoe shop until he meets Ida, I don't know. She's the smoking hot new girl in town that agrees to a date with our boy Shu because he can't stop winning. Seriously, dude goes from getting hand-delivered homemade cookies to pulling an absolute dime piece in like 6 pages. Having this good of a day would have landed you on Ellen back in '06. Maybe Howard Stern if you wanted to talk about the freaky nightmare with Ida that Shu has later that night. This is a horror comic, by the way, in case you couldn't tell from the cover, and it's a pretty interesting one so far. The rubber hose, Wizard of Oz-esque art style of Mare and its citizens creates an environment so charming, I heard birds chirping when I cracked this thing open. Characters feel unique enough in their designs to evoke their own voices as I read through it. Shoemaker sounds like an amalgamation of Mickey Mouse and Woody from Toy Story. Miss Irving sounds like everybody's grandma. And Ichabod the Cat is serving face in all 17 panels he appears in. Jake, on the off chance you're watching this, if anything happens to Ichabod, catch me in the proverbial parking lot with a bag of hammers. So what about critiques? I should probably do some of those if I'm going to posit myself as any sort of critic. Paneling could be cooler. It's fine as it is, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there's a lot of room to lean into that feeling of the horror aspect, perverting this peacefully picturesque village. The nightmare scene takes on an eldritch feel when the creature makes its first appearance. Lean into that. Have those wiry tentacles crawl across the panels. Let them make up the borders. Break the fourth wall and pull the reader in by the throat. Get the lettering involved too, why not? Let the monster's screech break through the bubble and blend itself into the environment. I want these nightmare scenes to touch me through the page. If nothing else, you'd at least get the people who want to fuck monsters in your corner and they will treat you like a messiah. Of course, all these supposed complaints I have could just be me talking out of my ass. Really, the only complaint I have is that the horror doesn't feel horrifying enough. But this is just chapter 1 of however many the trade paperbacks got. What is that, usually like 6, 7? Really, my only complaint is that I can't read more of it yet, but as soon as a copy of the trade slips through the time stream into my hands, I will be back to review the story in full, because I'm already invested after the first issue. If anything I've said about this book seems remotely interesting, pick up a copy of issue 1 from Scout Comics, or go follow Jake on social media at GrumpinPumpkin on Insta or Twitter. Also, subscribe to this channel and I'll tell you when the full story's out. Until then, join me in the time zone through the link in the description, or follow me on my socials, also in the description, and give me some comic recommendations. See you around.